Okay, we are live. Hello, everybody. Super excited for office hours today. If you've never been to office hours, this is just some time that I give to answer people's questions. And today it's going to be a little shorter than usual because I am going to be moderating a space on Twitter. So
Ah, nice.
um, yeah, so that should be fun. Hopefully it goes well. I just found out that I'm going to be doing that a little bit ago. Let me just actually, they just sent me a message about that. One second.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, good. I think we'll be good. So I'll be leaving a little bit earlier than usual, but you are welcome to join that Twitter space. So with that, and actually, you know what? It'd probably be good for me too to find that Twitter space really quick. That way, and I'll share it with you all. Where
Nice.
is? Okay, it was recently right here. Here we go. I'll just stick that in there too. And yeah,
Ah,
so this should be fun. We're
testing.
gonna talk about testing. Yeah.
Mm, nice.
So, Yushan, you're the only one here, so you get to ask the first question.
Yeah, nice. I written it down. Let me find it. What is that question? Yeah, I have a question. Yes. Yeah. Kent, do you have opinion about this specific thing? These days, it's really common to ship a web app along with a mobile app. The web app contains all the features, but the mobile app contains a specific features from that contains in the web app also. So, what is your recommended architecture to implement this? Let's say we are using for web remix and for mobile app built using a React Native.
Yeah, well, so I'll preface my answer by saying that I've not done this before. I don't do anything with React Native. But my intuition for something like this would be to actually use the Remix app as the backend for the mobile app. So with Remix, you can Remix docs. You can use something called resource routes. And resource routes are just basically it's a regular route without a default export. And so you just have a loader, and that's going to handle your GET request. You can add an action that'll handle all the other types of requests. Sorry, one second. Just noticed Taryn is wondering about. There we go. So yeah, what I would do is just make a set of resource routes as part of the Remix app and make all the APIs there. At a certain point, that becomes a little untenable. Like there's just a lot of the APIs that
Yeah.
you need to put together, and at a certain scale, that does become a problem. And once you get to that scale, then GraphQL becomes really attractive because then you don't have to continue to go back and forth between here's the API I need and here's what I'm using, and oh, now I need more, and you just keep on going back and forth and in things.
Mm,
But GraphQL, you just like do it once, and then you can request whatever data you need. There is still definitely some back and forth as like new data requirements show up, and so now we need to store more data, so you're going to add some more resolvers, and like so that never really goes away, but at least for the data that you know is there, it GraphQL does simplify those changes and stuff. That said, I do think that somebody could put together some tools to use a or to build your React Native app within the context of a Remix app. I don't see any reason
mm,
why you couldn't have like app slash native slash, and now here's all
yeah.
my
No.
stuff. And then you could have loaders and actions in there, and wire up Remix to turn those into resource routes. And I'm pretty confident that is possible. So if you have some innovation tokens to spend time working on that, then I think that would be a worthwhile endeavor. And yeah, that can
Yeah,
all be
it's a
powered
nice
by,
idea.
yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, if you just want to go with something that's really stable, then I would start with just resource routes, and you know, you have your React Native app here. Maybe you've got a mono repo or something, but you have your React Native app over here, and you have got your remix thing, and then you've got resource routes. That will take you really, really far. But as you get further in scale and size of the team, in particular, if you've got like just a lot of engineers working on it, then I think GraphQL is probably worth looking into. And in that world, you can still use a resource route for using GraphQL. Right? You just have one resource route that is your GraphQL endpoint, and all your resolvers were going there. So like you're still based on Remix, and so like you can still use SQLite if you're happy with that. I'm super happy with that. That's what I would do for that. But yeah, I think that would work out pretty well. So and
Yeah,
then
actually I'm on my way to exploring that SQL in your Epic Web Dev path. Yeah,
cool.
nice.
Sweet.
So
Does that
also,
answer your
okay,
question? Hmm.
yeah. If you are going in that, if you are trying something like that, so we won't be able to use, we have to use resource routes, right? We
Yeah.
don't be able to use routes, no, the normal
You could
routes
do both.
written in the,
Yeah.
ah,
I mean, like you can for the web app, you can use regular routes, and then you can have resource routes alongside, like those, that's fine. For the mobile app, yeah, you there's nothing right now in Remix that would allow you to build a
yeah,
mobile app with Remix
yeah.
specifically.
Uh, there I need to clear something. Let's say I develop a loader in a route, the normal route.
Hmm.
Then do I need to write the same loader in a resource route, or
Good
can I use the
question.
same resource?
Yeah. So first I will tell you what's possible, then I will tell you not to do it. But what you definitely could do is, here's the example of the resource route. This generates a PDF, but imagine that returns JSON or something. And then what they're doing here is they're saying, hey, let's see. I'm not sure what they're doing here. Let's find another example. Well, okay, you know what? Let's go to um, my or you know what? Even better. Let's go to Epic Stack, and I'll just show you what you could do. This will be a lot better. Okay, so here in the Epic Stack, we've got a route for users, username, we'll say, yeah, username TSX. Here we got our loader, boom. So this is for our user profile page, and we're just loading all this user data. And let's say, okay, now I need a page just like this in the mobile app. That's a native app, and so it needs to make a request. I can't make a route out of that. And so what I'm going to do is maybe you figure out a nice way to have the mobile app directly here in the app directory, and we'll just say native right here. And then I'm going to say, here's my username TSX route right there. Now I'm writing my React Native stuff. But I need to be able to make a request to an endpoint. And with this right here, if I try to make here, actually, it'd probably be easier to run this as well. So with what we have right now, we do have a loader in here, but we also have a default export. And so if I make a GET request to this route, if I go to users Cody, so that's my username route. If I make a GET request to this, it's sending me back HTML. So I can't use that on my mobile app. I can't, I need to get back JSON. So it is technically possible to, let's see here, let's do this. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Hold on a second. Yeah, I cannot answer this right now. Sorry. Stop. Go away. Go away. Okay, I will call them back. And I will turn that off. So you can technically take a look at the network request that's made right here and say, oh, okay, they're just like, here's my data. This is what I need for my mobile app. I just need to make this localhost Cody !data_routes user. So I could just do that. You could do that. But this is what we like to say in the biz, is an implementation detail. And Remix is actually currently working on changing how they do this to be more optimized. And so you cannot rely on this. This is not an API. And so you should not do this, not at all. So then I'm going to tell you another thing that you could do and also tell you not to do it. But another thing that you could do is you could say, okay, well, what if instead we have username.loader.tsx, and then we're going to say, take this loader and put it here. Let's close others. There we go. We'll take this loader, stick it right there. We'll bring in all the dependencies that we need. And here's Prisma from there. Yep. Invariant response. And here's our JSON from Remix. Okay, cool. So now this only has a loader. So this actually will return what we want. So if I say Cody/loader, oh, something busted. Oh, did I close? Yeah, I think I closed my server. Whoops. So let's try that again. Refresh. There we go. Oh, come on. All right. So sweet. Now I've got an endpoint. Awesome. But I've duplicated code, right? I don't want to duplicate that code. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say export the loader from username.loader. Okay, cool. So now I'm not duplicating the code and I now have an endpoint. But don't do this. And the reason that you shouldn't do this is because I can come in here and say, you know what? I want to like get some additional information from the user. Like maybe I want to grab their email as well. Okay, so now I'm getting their email and I want to render the email here. Or maybe we say instead of doing that, let's say I don't want the created at. I don't need the created at anymore. And so it's very natural to look at this and be like, well, okay, so this is for the username thing, and forget, oh yeah, like the mobile app is also using this endpoint. So that, you don't want that. So I wouldn't recommend that either. Don't share loaders. Instead, I would just have completely different loaders. And it might feel like duplication, and maybe there is some duplication, but I think that's lesser of the two problems. By duplicating it, it means that they can evolve separately, and they absolutely will. So I would recommend having what I have in here is resources. So it'd be /resources/whatever. You could also do a API directory and put all of your API loaders in there. And then your native stuff would grab all of that. So that's what I would recommend doing.
Nice.
And
Thank
on
you.
top of that, so if anybody is interested in trying to explore, okay, how do we do a native thing with a Remix app? Like how would we build a native app with our code inside the app directory and have like loaders as a part of that and everything? There's probably some bundler plugins you'd need to write or something like that. I don't know anything about native, so probably don't listen to me. But the first thing that I would explore is I would have that native directory, and then in your Remix config, you can define routes programmatically. And so you could say, in addition to the regular routes that we've got, let's also say everything in the native directory can also be routes, and those can be considered resource routes. And so by doing things that way, you can have like your code that is your React Native stuff right next to the code that's the Remix stuff. And you can even probably find a way to get like type safety across that and everything. I think it would be amazing. Somebody needs to spend time working on that because I'm pretty confident that is possible. Again, I don't do any React Native though, so probably don't listen to me.
Yeah, we can share the business logic by using like hooks, React hooks. We can share the React hooks easily between Remix and React Native stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
cool. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
I've got like probably 5 minutes before I need to go and make sure that I can moderate this space. So Taryn, did you have a question before I take off?
Oh man, I had it and now it's gone.
Oh no.
Let me see if I wrote it down. No, it's gone. It's gone. It's okay. It
All
wasn't
right.
a
Well,
important.
feel free to throw it in later, and of
Yeah.
course, like you're always welcome to go to the Call Kent podcast and ask questions here. I enjoy answering those. I actually got a little queue that I probably need to start working through on that. But yeah, you'll probably get your answer quicker on the Call Kent podcast. Let me just double check something on my schedule. Yeah, I don't have anything going on next week. So office hours will happen next week. But you all should know that my wife and I are expecting a baby pretty soon. So at that point, I cannot guarantee that I will be available for office hours. So that the baby is if the baby came today, it'd be like over 2 weeks early. So that's unlikely to happen. But yeah, pretty soon we're gonna have a baby in this house again. So
Nice.
Nice.
okay, cool. Well, thanks everybody. This is fun. Sorry to cut it a little short. Feel free to join us for the Twitter space that I shared a link to. Where did I share that? Where was that? There it is. Yeah, so join us for the Twitter space here in just a second. And yeah, should be a fun chat about testing.
Nice.
Bye.
All right.